Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're jumping into the action-packed VR zombie shooter World War Z. Now today's video has been sponsored by the developers, so I'm just going to be giving you a basic overview, my first impressions, and of course showing off plenty of gameplay. There are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but let's start things off like normal with the basic information. Currently available for the Meta Quest and steamvr, you could pick up World War Z for $19.99. It's developed and published by Saber Interactive, a studio much more known for flat screen titles such as Space Marine 2, but they did recently give us a VR port of Mud Runner. Now World War Z VR is inspired by the original flat screen game, but it is not a direct port. They've been able to maintain those massive hordes of up to 200 zombies on screen at once, but for whatever reason, the VR version drops co-op, which is an absolute shame. Now, if you're curious between the Meta Quest and PC VR versions, I'm happy to say the title looks good on both, and I was really impressed with what they were able to pull off on the Meta Quest 3.
See those dormant freaks? Haven't seen you yet. Shoot them. Dead rookie. We can always use someone who can handle a gun in our ranks. Make it out. You'll have to climb over that big truck. Watch your back. Check your surroundings from time to time. See those dormant freaks? They haven't seen you yet. Shoot them before they notice you. Not bad, rookie. We can always use someone who can handle a gun in our ranks. If you make it out. You'll have to climb over that big truck. Watch your back.
Now I was seeing some reprojection, but overall the game looks great, runs nice, and yes, you still have those 200 zombies on screen. Now when it comes to gameplay mechanics, this is very much Left 4 Dead or the flat version of World War Z. There's a full single-player story-driven campaign, 7 different playable characters, 3 different difficulty levels, and a massive leveling system that not only has you getting new perks, but also tons of new weapons. Now mechanically in-game, you could use both realistic or arcadey reloading, and the overall flow of each level is pretty much what you've come to expect from these titles. You have the ability to stealth past some zombies, where you can eliminate most of them with a silent pistol, and as long as you don't screw up, you can make it through without activating the horde, but you'll also find areas where hordes of zombies just keep coming, and you'll most likely want to set up some defenses. There's also a bunch of different special infected, like screamers who keep bringing new enemies until you kill them. There's some exploding enemies, guys that drop gas bombs, and even some really tanky boss-like characters. So overall it is like your typical zombie shooter, but 2 things definitely set it apart. The massive hordes or enemies are just absolutely fantastic, and I really don't know how they pulled this off on the standalone quest. I also like how you have the ability to collect keys and then strategically utilize them for some defenses. I was also a fan of the overall zombie AI. They almost have a pack-like mentality where they'll all swarm to the same target until something throws them off. Now with so many Zeeks coming at you, you should definitely brush up on reloading, remembering where extra weapons and ammo is, and don't forget to toss some grenades when enemies start stacking up. You also need to make sure you stay on the objective because it is the easiest way to fail a mission. At multiple different times you'll be defending areas, and if you back off with the firepower a bit too much, it's very easy for those Zeeks to overrun a location. At the same time though, going in a little bit too guns blazing might draw too much attention, and those zombies can chew you up pretty damn quick, even on the easiest difficulty. Now when it comes to my first impressions, I'm actually really enjoying this game. I was a huge fan of Until You Fall and Left 4 Dead, and I played a ton of the flat World War Z, so this is right up my alley. I just hope that one day they add multiplayer. That would be absolutely massive for this game, and I would love to play through it with a bunch of friends. Now I'm going to end this video by showing off a bit more footage, but make sure to leave any questions or comments down below, as I'll do my best to answer you guys. I'm pretty selective on these spotlight videos, only showcasing games that I'm enjoying, but I'd still love to hear any feedback from you guys regarding this title or just the spotlight videos in general. And if you want more of a back and forth conversation, you guys can always join me on Thursday's live streams. So make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on.
Stars are made mostly of the gas hydrogen, which is squeezed so